Today's video is about what is a short squeeze. You might hear this if you are reading any financial articles or opinions. So what the heck is a short squeeze? Basically what happens is some stocks are heavily shorted by individuals, hedge funds, and people could be shorting it for any particular reason. Maybe I should even explain what is shorting in general. Shorting is when you are actually selling, you borrow a stock and you actually sell it prior to owning it. And in order to, so what happens is, let's say you short it at $10, so you're borrowing these shares and you're hoping to cover it at a lower price, maybe $8, maybe $7, and then you'll get a profit. So you borrow the shares, then you would do what's called buy to cover. When you want to eliminate the transaction, end it completely, instead of selling shares, which is what you do when you buy stock, you would actually buy to cover it, and then that would even it out and you're done. Now what happens is, if a lot of people are shorting a stock at one time, people can actually say, hey, why don't we buy a lot of shares of the stock, because it's going to force someone to actually cover at a major loss. And as people are starting to exit this position, they're covering it, it means they're buying it, the stock rises dramatically, and it can go up a lot, way more than people can imagine. And so sometimes you see these stocks go to the moon. They just rise dramatically, and it's not based upon any fundamentals or anything that's actually happening to the stock. It's not improving the earnings are not going up to the moon. What's happening is that it's just the nature of people exiting at any price whatsoever, because they're fearful. They're fearful that they're going to start losing more and more money, and so this is what causes people to actually start covering it at any price they can, which of course actually results in a pretty dramatic price increase. So short squeeze is basically when a whole bunch of people have shorted a stock, and then people have discovered this. Maybe it became too obvious that this is a bad company and it's not going anywhere. And so a whole bunch of smarty pants on the internet decide, hey, why don't we just buy all we can out of this stock? And now, then as the shorters are getting scared and are trying to exit this position, the price rises to the moon dramatically. And so that's how shorting, that's pretty much how short squeezes work. And it's a pretty amazing thing when you see it, because it takes on a life of its own at that point. So let me know if you have any experience with short squeezes, and definitely subscribe and hit the like button. See you in the next video.